I am the Highland Scribe, scribe to the stones, to the winds, to the bloodlines that walk unseen. Come closer, closer still. You see, the fire's warm, but this tale tonight, this tale runs wild. Now, this tale is called Jeannie Blue Eyes and takes place in the Blackmount Hills. Now, David and Sarah had made their home there, a place that the elders never really quite trusted. You see, to them, the land hummed just a little bit too sweetly, and animals that were born there had two hearts. The old road, they said, well, it ran parallel to their paths, the roads that the Fae still walked when the veil was thin. And when Jeannie was born, her grandmother crossed her cell and whispered, 1 foot here, 1 foot there. The babe, oh, she had hair like spun gold, like the sun had kissed it. It was beautiful. And her eyes mirrored a storm-lit sea. And when she cooed, birds would come sit near her. And by 6 months of age, she could sing lullabies in a tongue that her parents had never taught her. One evening they found a fox curled up underneath her crib. Oh, David and Sarah, now they were both stout-hearted and plain, and they loved their daughter with all their heart. But they feared. This fear only comes to those who know what they stand to lose. Then came the nettle test. Now, an old woman named May offered in hushed tones. Her palms were full of stings and sorrow. Better to ken now, she warned. That night, they placed the nettle under baby Jeannie's tongue. She did not cry. She did not stir. Only smiled in her wee sleep. Sarah went outside the camp and she screamed. The following morning, May marked her with a soot cross behind the ear, and then the watch began. The child grew strange and very beautiful. Her laughter was said to sound like wind chimes, and weeping. They taught her to fear the woods and to bless her bread. But the Seelie court had already seen her. It wasn't long before Jeannie turned 7 under a bleeding moon, and it began with a storm. Nae thunder. You ken those storms where it rains and the wind bends the trees like they're going backwards. The strange thing about it was, it made the rivers run uphill. The crows lined the fence posts, but they were silent. That night, the air seemed to crack open, and that's when they came. David stood on the doorstep at his camp with an iron poker. Sarah held the child to her chest, weeping prayers. The Fae Prince who came for Jeannie, he bore no horns, no claws, only eyes the colour of rust and sorrow. He claimed the child was theirs, born of a bargain that never remembered, paid in wombs and wishes. They came to take her home to the Seelie court. But Sarah, desperate, invoked the mother's mercy, a right so old even the fae paused. A human could plead at the court if they had no other children. The price for speaking there was memory. Something vital and deeply loved would be forgotten forever. David and Sarah crossed that veil. The Seelie court was beauty gone wrong. Flowers made of teeth and music that bled from stones, laughter that stung. The court listened, distant and veiled in spider silk. David spoke of love, Sarah of sacrifice. They were brave in the face of this terrible hurt that was coming. The court conferred. You'll hear nae others. Well, this one you may keep, she said. But you will always belong in some part to us. Be wary, because the root remembers the soil. Jeannie returned home with them. The court vanished and the world tilted back to normal. But peace doesn't last when one is marked. Jeannie grew. Her voice became legend. Flowers bent towards her. Even dreams seemed to listen when she sang. But behind her left ear, the soot mark had never left. It never faded. And on her 16th birthday, she vanished. Gone without a trace. Only a ring of mushrooms in the glen, and the scent of honeysuckle filled the tent. They searched and searched and searched until their bones ached, but she had chosen. Sarah never forgave the world, and God help us all, she died in a storm that was way too sudden, whispering Jeannie's name. David lived long enough to tell the tale to Sarah's sister Maeve, who became the next keeper. And on the story is passed, from sister to niece, aunt to cousin. Every retelling is told to the next keeper of the generations. Now, the tale of Jeannie Blue Eyes. You see, always remember there was a glint in Jeannie's eye when she heard distant music, the way she never quite belonged to anything, how animals always stood when she passed. I've told the tale to you, so it has been passed on. You who bear the blood and the burden now, you whose dreams echo with voices you don't remember learning. You never know. Someone in your family might need the nettle. It's always waiting, you ken. Somewhere there may be another child, someday, with eyes so blue and laughter far too old. I know you'll ken what to do. I am the Highland Scribe, scribe to the stones, to the winds, to the bloodlines that walk unseen. And until the fire lights again, sleep tight, wanderers.